Hello and welcome to this video. Our aim is just to be able to track a wall and put something on that wall just to blend in with the image and look as if the image was shot in that specific wall. So with me, I have a video of this wall, and as you can see, the logo that I placed there is still intact on that place. So I'm going to show this, and without wasting time, what we're going to do is just to start over. I'm going to click File, New, and then New Project because I want to start afresh. And if you want to follow along the videos, the video and the logo that I've used in this video will be attached below, so feel free to follow along with it. So in here, I'm going to just double click and then go to download and down and place the video. I'm assuming this is the wall here, so I'm going to import. Then once I import it, I'm going to drag it to the composition here just to create a new composition. And as you can see, the video is now playing. If I just move around, it will be playing. The next thing I'm going to do is just to track this. So for this video, we're going to start with the free Mocha, which is inbuilt in Boris FX Mocha. So in that, I'm going to come here to effects and presets. If you don't see this, chances are you are in another workspace. So come here to Windows, Workspace, and choose either the default or you just choose the standard. For me, I'm using the default, so you can use whichever workspace you want. So come here to effects and presets because it will show up when you choose the workspace. Then choose Mocha and write Mocha there, type Mocha, and then we're going to click Mocha AE and then drag it to our video. All right, after that, the Mocha will show up in the effects and control. So the next thing will be just to click the logo of the Mocha, and that will open the Mocha UI, which is the user interface. Now the Mocha user interface has various things which I'm not going to go through this because I don't want to make this video like too long, but I'm going to go to the things that we're going to use specifically for this video. So if you want to know much about this, you might want to consider like subscribing and following up this YouTube channel. So what I'm going to do with this, I am going to show you some buttons. So from here we have these buttons of here. If you just look at them, they are saying playback, previous frame, next frame, then this is play forward, then this is jump to next edge to tracked frame, and this is last frame, and this is the first frame. On the other side, we have the tracking, which we are going to use very shortly. So what we need to do is just to make sure that you are in classic workspace. You might be in other workspaces here. It has different workspaces, so you might want to change this to the classic workspaces. So the next thing is just to show, or rather to point where we want to put our logo, and in that we're going to click here the explainer layer tool, and then you click and then you click downwards. Say for example I needed the logo to come here, then I'll go right on my right side, then up, then after that I'm going to take it back to where I started, and after that immediately the rectangle will be formed. So this is where we will put our logo, but remember we've not tracked the logo, so if you just play along, nothing will be happening because we just put the logo there, and we just placed like somewhere where the logo will be placed, but we've not tracked. So the next thing will be tracking. But before we track, you might want to come here just down below and make sure that the perspective is checked because we are dealing with perspective as well. So after that, let me just double click here. The next thing will just to track forward, and since we are in the first place, like the first frame, we need to track it forward, but if we were in the last frame, we'll track it backward. So for this, I'm going to click track forward, which is this track forward. Then I'm going to click it and then give it time. It might take some few seconds, some few minutes. You might want to just wait, or rather just to do something else, but I'm going to come here when the video stops, when the tracking stops, I'm sorry. Alright, the tracking has stopped. So what we need to do, if we just maybe move along this track, you realize that it has been tracked. So if we go back and then maybe just play this across, you just realize that the tracking has been done quite well. But remember, we have not done everything, because now we need to test whether the image can stick on that wall. So the next thing is just to do exactly that. But before that, we'll come here to this which is the planar surface, and then after that, just to make sure that they are in the same perspective and everything, I'm going to click these rectangles and place them to those corners of the rectangle, just to make sure that they are properly aligned with the wall, right? When I'm done with that, I'll click here the grid and just see whether this perspective is good. If I just confirm that it's good, I'm just going to let go, and maybe I can just do a little bit of adjustments. Then just to test whether if we place an object it will stick on the wall or that tracking wall, what we need to do is just to come here to the insert clip, and then come here. You can put either the logo or you can put the grid. I'm going to put the logo, and if we just move across with this, we just realize that the logo is sticking to that place. So that means that our tracking was successful. So all we need to do is just to save and then exit from this. So I'm going to click Control S, which is Command S on MacBook, and if you don't have that, you can come here to File and click Save Project. So to exit, you can either click this exit, or on the right side of this you can click exit from here, because we've already saved the project. Now that will exit Mocha and return us back to After Effects. But when you come to After Effects, you realize that nothing has been done yet, because if you just move across, we don't have see anything. That means we don't have the tracking data here. And to confirm that, if we click the video and then click you just realize we don't have the tracking data. So to have the tracking data, you just make sure the video is clicked, is already highlighted, then come here to tracking data and then click create tracking data, and immediately you see some things popping up here. So to prove that we have the tracking data now, or just to test, you click the video and click you, and immediately you see the keyframes here. That means we are on the right track. So I'm going to click you just to hide that again and continue working. The next thing is just to import the image that we need to embed here. So I'm going to go to the project. If you're operating on a tiny space here, all you need to do is just to come here, click, and then come here to project. In the project, you can just double click and now go to the image, which I'm going to use this, and then after that I'm going to import. Once you import the image, the next thing is just to take it down to just on top of this video and just drag it there. But now it has hidden the video. If you play along, you just realize that the video is hidden. All right, so the way around this is just to come here to the video and click A, and you realize that the anchor points of these are 64, 640 and 360. And if you look at the video, if I click A, you realize that the anchor points are 960 and 637.5. So we're going to make sure that these anchor points are the same. So what I'm going to do is just to copy the anchor points of the video by highlighting the two of them, then Control C, which is Command C, and then which you can also go to File, or sorry, Edit, and then copy, and also you can see paste there. Then I'm going to go to the image and then the anchor point and then Control V or Command V, and immediately you realize that the anchor points are the same. But wait a minute, the image is still bigger. Actually, it's bigger than it was. So now what we need to do is just to make sure that we export the image, the image and the videos, to make sure that they are aligned. So it might be tricky for now, so let me hide the anchor point by clicking A again. So I'm going to make sure that the video is selected. After that, I'm going to return to the effect control, which is here. Then just below the tracking data, I'm going to come here to the export option and make sure that the corner point is highlighted and the source is highlighted here. And then you're going to select layer export to, and then we're going to choose the option of the image. And once we do that, we're going to click apply export, and immediately the image is taken back to where our tracking data was. So now if you play along, you will realize that the image is sticking to where the tracking point were. So that is the basis of tracking, and I'm hoping that you've understood the beginner perspective of this way of tracking, and I'm hoping to see you in the next video. I'm going to show you how to track using Mocha Pro, which now is a paid version of the Mocha. It's kind of the same, but there are some differences which I'm going to highlight in the next video. So see you in the next one. Till next time, bye.